놓치지 마 baby my beautiful lady 날 믿어봐도 가까이 와 baby 사실 널 안다면 알아 너무 예쁘고 내 품에 안아 줄 수 있을 만큼만 찾아가 그런 널 안고 할 말이 너무 많아 내 맘은 이지 나도 잘 몰라 널 향한 내 맘을 좀 봐봐 넌 내게 너무나 상큼한 콜라 같아 난 이제 너밖에 몰라
네같이 있고 싶어 너만 바라보고 싶어 천번을 사랑한단 말해도 모자란
Alright, hi everyone. We're gonna have some matches with TUSA, and we're gonna do some other stuff probably, just to clean up a few songs that I just haven't played in a while. So, let's go ahead and get started here. Oh, let's see.
online matching.
I think we're just gonna start with the 16-18 range. I don't need anything super fast to reach this. Hi, Toaster. What's up, Toaster? Yeah, so I saw Rise got pushed back on the release date, so July, mid-July is going to be when early access starts. Which is a little sad because that's after SGDQ, and I kind of wanted to be able to talk about it before then, but we'll deal with it. Hot dog sandwich. Well, that certainly sounds like something that McDonald's Korea would do. I can't even remember the last time I played this. that chart went. That's really cool at the end. Hey, Axel.
Absolutely perfect!
Nice, easy start. Nothing big there.
Next stage.
Yeah, I get it. Definitely want to just take the feedback you already got and spend more time polishing. I don't blame them for that approach. Do not blame them for that. Well, TUSA says he's more awake, so I don't know what we're gonna go for next. I don't play super well when I'm cold these days. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the dampening seems like a weird choice for pump. Oh, God. Okay. At least I know what chart it is. That's fine. Considering he screwed up the slowdown, I should be perfectly fine here. Yep.
Absolutely
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to time it. He's not good at reading slowdowns, and he won't win against me on those. Yeah, it's not like me 10 years ago where I could play kind of better cold. If I try to play cold now, I really feel it.
Next stage.
The light bar, I think, was, yeah, the worst issue because that it was obscuring things so badly. Because it's like they looked at 2DX and like, oh, we want to do that because that looks cool, without really realizing how bad of a problem it actually is. The light, whenever you touch a note and it lights up that column.
Oh.
I don't even like that in 2DX, but it manages to be less intrusive there than in Rise. Rise was pretty bad in that regard. Like, those kinds of columns need to be very short flashes and not in the middle of the zone. Alright, let's see if we get another one. It's not my favorite. Like, the chart's fine, but it's not my favorite. I haven't played in a while, so that's fine. See, at least double has some very cool patterns. Most of the stick scenes in this are very straight. So it feels a little uninteresting as a whole. Couple sloppy grades, but that's fine. Several sloppy grades. It is technically an improvement.
Wow! New record!
Points are points, I guess.
Next stage.
Points are points. I may have, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to check it now. I don't know what my best was. I don't know what my plate was. This is not the speed mod I want for this either. That's fine. We'll make it work. I'll make it work. I always manage to. Like, no problems in terms of matching, but not a great score.
Wow! You're awesome!
Pretty sloppy. That's okay. I like it now.
I mean, it's not bad.
Honestly though, we were saying this should have been a 22. I'm actually kind of calling that back. I actually think it's fine as just a really obnoxiously weird 21. I don't know. It's hard to say because it's all just kind of broken up into really weird tech, and there's not really like an extended part. But that middle turn hold section probably could be the thing it calls it. So my only point is C should not be higher than this.
I love teams.
Alright, now we do double. Oh. Can you take my computer for a second and just say I got someone? It's like, thankfully, like, Discord's already on there. I'm just gonna play this out. I don't want to leave this person waiting. I got the power. Intermissions. I forget how cool that chart is. That's such a neat chart.
Absolutely perfect.
Like, that's like legitimately a really cool chart.
Game over.
It manages to have more than just brackets. It has brackets as one of the focuses, but it manages to do other things. So it's really fun. And very fitting of the song. So we'll wait for TUSA here. Yeah, today is pretty much just here. We're gonna just beat up in online matches, and then we're gonna go just clean up some other stuff that I haven't really played in a while, just to give myself something different to do. This is why we need like private matching rooms, though. Yeah, Nade would be one of them. Yeah, I know. I need to do Nade. Athena's Shield was first on my list, but Nade's right after, yeah.
Team online matching.
He got kidnapped.
We're getting vampire mansion brawls right now.
I don't even want to know what you thought.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think we just need to move to a different folder. Oh well, this happens. Things happen. We'll wait for TUSA. So yeah, Nade, Athena Shield. What else did I want to work on? I might have wanted to work on Hercules. I probably wanted to at least actually try the D26 because I played that one time with D-Lens and quit it like a third of the way through. I want to actually like play it probably. I have. And almost all of the run is like in the first like 50%. Then it gets a little bit easier in terms of like pacing. Then it hits the hard stuff and then you just have to go. So, like I said, we're gonna wait for TUSA. At least I got some sun today. We went out for the pool. It was too cold for me to swim, but at least we got to lounge and I got to cook for a bit.
I already have swimsuit marks on my back.
That's impressive.
I mean, that's why I don't lounge in the sun, because I'm very, very sensitive to sun.
Bonk. Yeah. 2.09.1. I wonder how many more updates we're gonna get.
If they're busy with the ice, we may not get any early July update. Maybe late.
As long as you don't have an update literally in the middle of SGDQ.
That may happen.
That would be bad. That would be really bad.
Online matching.
Because what if it's eating all the internet before then? We have to update. That's a problem. Because that's eating all the stream net.
Separate internet like they own internet.
That's the problem, is that who's gonna have that? Anyways, we're gonna do this one instead. Uh-huh. Didn't suck. That's my only regret. My only big regret.
Absolutely
Nice.
perfect.
Rigged. Unintentionally rigged.
Next
always laugh when that chart comes up for me. What else are we gonna get? If we get 1950 D22 again, that'll be a little too complicated. Okay, which one is it? Because there's a problem. Pretty sure this is 22. That's 22. Now I'm having doubts. Well, 2 for 2 on PGs for this.
Absolutely perfect!
It's a pretty simple 22 conceptually. It's just, can you run for a bit? And it's really not that hard.
Next stage.
Some people were saying this was one of the hardest 22s. And I'm like, really? With 190? It's not that bad.
It's about the same as Canada.
Yeah, like the patterns almost don't move at all in the runs. So it's basically like you're playing singles. There's not really a lot in that chart. Like, it's a good chart for what it is, but it's very conceptually simple. So people saying this is one of the hardest 22s, I don't know what 22s y'all are playing.
Probably not Svitronic.
Probably not. I said he got 2 weird misses on one of the arrows, but didn't matter.
Hopefully his words are very soon. It's bad, maybe.
Parts isn't getting a brand new pad.
He may need that at some point.
Hey! Let's see here. I have to be ready for either one. Yep. It's funny because he needed to practice this anyways. to get in one try.
I understand.
It's also way easier at the end when the holds are not double speed. Very nice.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record! Next stage.
Yep. Like this is my kind of skill sets right here. All the jank shit. I'm good at most jank shit. These are the kind of charts that I count on to get the leg on most people. But like I said, we had to figure out if it was 22 or 23 at the end. That's why I started with the quad. 'Cause I'm like, if there's no quad at the beginning, it's 22. If there is a quad, it's 23. Knowledge goes a long way when you can end up with multiple charts in a set like this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fine. Not my favorite chart.
Absolutely perfect!
That being said, it's a significant improvement from whatever I had in Phoenix. So
Record!
I can't complain. Just take it and go. Because I don't like this chart. I'm sorry, next book. There are a few good ideas. But there's a lot of next poke patterns. Which are not really great.
Next stage.
So it's not annoying enough to like kick out of the game. It has a place. But I don't enjoy playing it, I'll play that much. It just exists. I just wish it had better everything aside from D16. Some things age better than others.
I think D16 is not D16.
It's probably not, but it's still a perfectly fine chart. TUSA hadn't played that since XX. That's what you get for not playing it in 2 years. No excuse to not play everything in the upper range at this point. I can understand not playing like everything 16 and below. That's mostly a waste of time unless you're warming up. But at this point, you need to have everything played in this range. I haven't played this in a while. I've probably forgotten the ending, so we're just gonna see what happens. That. Yeah, I still really get no enjoyment out of playing this. I don't see what everybody else sees in it.
Unbelievable! You are the best!
It's not a good song for the game. Dull. Like, I know it's a very lively song in pretty much every other game. Dance games is not the place for this one. Even in Voltex, it's not really a good fit. Better off in like the full hand games like Chrono Circle or My My.
Game over!
We'll keep going. We'll keep going here.
Team online action!
Like, at least the bracket chart kind of makes sense, but it's just, it doesn't make fucking sense at all to just have Altail in a dance game. Like, it just shouldn't have been in. Well, here's something with some energy.
Let's go.
okay. I should be fine. Yep.
Absolutely perfect!
Better than what I had.
Wow! New record!
This chart's fine. It is fun for what it is. It's kind of relentless in the last couple runs. But it's fine.
Next
I still think I have more fun and like D19 more conceptually. But this is a perfectly fine addition to the game. It was about time you got some good charts in double.
Does anyone freestyle?
I think they did.
So there's nothing to look at.
I don't think so. There might be. Freestyle might be there, but there was definitely nothing else. I'm also gonna powder myself up here because I was getting pretty stuck. Oh, what's up, Amir? How you doing, sir? Apparently he wants to go higher, so... Alright, what are we gonna get here? Right. Oh boy. It's been a while since I played this one. I haven't played it since I passed it. Such a good improvement, but I got lost. It would have been a really good improvement, but I got lost. Still pretty good.
Yeah!
Like, the score is good. Yeah, considering I haven't played that in a couple months, that ain't bad.
Next stage.
That was a good score. Would have been a fair game if I had actually passed. Unfortunately, it's a no game. No game. No deal.
Online matching.
I think he was just like, I'm getting beat up too hard. I got chilly. No, it's kind of funny. I actually got Carla. I haven't actually played against Carla. This will be fun. Oh, this will be really fun. I guess not. We'll play it out. I don't know if you saw that at the end. That was a hell of a save. That was one hell of a save. I'm gonna save that screenshot just for that.
Absolutely perfect!
And also because that's actually a pretty good score for Crush with Flame right now. I didn't screw up either at the beginning parts like I normally do. So that's a good sign. My technique's getting better.
Next stage.
Let's try that again without having that happen again. Otherwise, we might have to just go to singles or something. The fun of online matching, where you just get random stuff sometimes against people. Okay, we're going singles. We'll go to singles so we don't have that happen again. Ready whenever he is. We'll see if we get anything. Okay. We're gonna get anything foot speed. Let's find out. Oh no! It's second period. What? 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 Sure. Nice miscount, by the way. We both to even out.
Record!
I was so shocked by the first half. I did not know how to play the second half anymore.
Next stage.
At least some points it's grade up. Up ability I hope it was 22.
Nope. Yeah, I didn't play this one since I got a very lazy pass on it, so I will take that. I will take my points and be happy there, considering I have not played that chart in months. Oh, that second half wrecked me hard though. But somehow I comboed all the way through the foot switches. Just like, wow.
See, now when you're not shocked, you can do even better.
Yeah, right. One more and then we'll take a break. And then we might go at it some more. Let's see what we get here. Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Ow. Why? Oh my god, that's so hard.
Right, that's which one.
No, I knew it. I had the intuition. I was just like, I knew it. The moment we got, I'm like, this is fucking it. It's gonna make me play it for the first time. And so it did. Frick.
Hey, you didn't give up.
I didn't give up, but man, I did not jump very well either past the first half. It's hard for me to jump at that point.
Game over.
Oh my god. That is so hard. Like, it's good, but it's so fucking hard. I'm not playing that sharp fresh DDQ. Oh, that fucking hurt. Oh, that fucking hurt. Oh. 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 Yeah, that was... I don't know what to say about that. Other than, that hurts. Okay, so we're gonna sit for just a bit because, yeah, that freaking hurt. So, how's everybody else's weekend going so far? Because it's the weekend for most people at this point. Oh. Oh. Well, I did get farther in 1949 than I expected to be honest. Made it almost halfway. I was honestly expecting to die in the runs, but the runs were actually easier than everything else after. The part that's break is not a break. The part right after is just hell, because it makes you do 5 billion things. Hi, Regen. So, you missed a fun thing just now. TUSA and I were doing online matches. We're taking a break right now. The game decided to be funny and finally forced me to play 1948 S26. So that was a fun first play. Now, to be honest, I'm okay with having a little over 100 misses for a first try. But, ow! That shit hurts! Oh, alright, let me check on with TUSA, see how he's doing. Alright. You know, that's me in Ys 8 right now. I'm actually almost at the end of the main story in Ys 8, but I have spent like, I think Steam has already reached 30 hours and I've only been playing it for like 2 weeks. I have put a pretty good amount of time into it already.
New team online matching.
It's really fun. And people were not kidding. People were really not kidding when they said it was a really big game for East game. Alright, third time's the charm here, hopefully. See if we get something reasonable instead of overkill. That's reasonable, yeah, that's fine. This is a good one. Ending's still pretty hard though. One miss. On the stair of all places. Shit. That's a triple S though, so I'm good with that.
Wow! New record!
Damn it. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, but god damn it.
Next stage.
I feel really comfortable with that ending now, though. I feel much more confident about it, doing the gallop strats. Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more confident in this trick, because usually I would used to average like 40 grades, 50 grades, because I was not confident at all. But now I've kind of got the plan. And even though I don't play it that much, I've kind of watched other people do it enough to where I've visualized it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Just getting a random triple S is great. I could absolutely see that happening. What happened is pretty easy. I have not played this in a while, so I can definitely... on this one. Unless his accuracy was really bad. It was a pretty poor play on my part.
Yes! Your skills are really amazing!
He got more than I expected at the end. Yeah, that's not one of my better charts, but I don't play that one often enough. Need to spend some time on it. But yeah, I could absolutely see you doing what happened in the first 20, because that is a really, really easy one.
Next stage!
Even back in the day when the scale was slightly more condensed, I never felt that was a 20. Yeah, I thought TUSA had me there, but accuracy really adding up for him, as well as chanting a bunch of greats at the very end, or chanting a bunch of misses at the very end. He said he couldn't see the very last run very well, and that's kind of how this is now. Well, that was still a good up score for him. I know I have like a 9.8 something, so I've got room to improve on that. The chart's fine, like it's a perfectly fine chart. It's just tough to read at the end. Okay, we're gonna go one more for singles, and then we'll switch back to double, I guess. Okay. I think that's 24. Yeah, this is 24. I think that might actually be a personal best. It was actually okay for the most part. No best, but still pretty good. That should be pretty close to PB.
Next stage!
Felt pretty good about that one as a whole, aside from the very early break. I didn't need to break early. The rest of it was pretty solid. I actually hit more of the ending than I normally do. Oh, nice. Yeah, I could see you getting that, I could see you definitely getting that title next time you get a good, nice session in. That's good to hear. I just realized the irony. This music playing when we random vacuum S23, which was the game this menu music came from. Good irony. I actually think Origami was actually perfectly fine. I like that one, and it's not that hard of a 24. That was a nicer one. I'm gonna let him run that back. I'll just wait. We'll let him run that back. I'm running out of time here, so I'll just wait. He wants to try and get it because he had a 9.53 as his best. He just wants to try and get it a little better, I guess. So we'll take a quick break. Let him play that out. Let him wear himself out. And then we'll get back in. We've had worse in OMs. We've definitely had others. Well, I don't know what to be more shocked by because I talked about 1948, but the song right before that was second period S24. And somehow I comboed all the way up past the 240 BPM foot switches and only broke at the beginning of the burst. Then I started falling apart because I was really tired and shocked. But thankfully, I managed to keep it up enough to like keep a pass with a decent improvement, so I'll take it. But man, I hate ESM. EMS, not ESM. ESM is Energy Synergy Matrix. EMS. Those things are just... This game just wants to troll. Anyways, in other news, why don't we talk about that brand new DDR that's being location tested at Puente Hills? Because that's catching news. I can't wait to finally make the ironic joke of, Mommy, we can play Dance Dance Revolution solo. We have Dance Dance Revolution solo at home, and it's an actual solo cab. Yeah, I don't know what Konami wants to do here, and I think they really just want to finally try and dip into the casual U.S. market, because this is a ticket redemption game, and they really want to cash in on what they can. It's going to make tons of money, considering, ooh, Aero Stompy for tickets. That's easy money in the U.S., because it really is. He ran it back, but he didn't get a better score than his PB. Oh. If only they cared about giving us like actual games instead of silly ticket redemption stuff. Alright, now I'm ready. Alright, back to double. Hopefully we're not going to get tagged by Chili or anyone. Okay. Because you never know what's happening with like multiple sets of people. Oh god. I have to actually try. Hold on, I gotta shut up and actually try here. chart's hard. I did okay, but could be better.
Yes!
The miscount's good at
Really
least.
amazing!
That's almost watching so slow. I'm slow down.
Yeah. I remember we had calculated it out, and it's actually slower than the original slowdowns. But I don't remember the exact percentage.
Next stage.
I do not remember the exact fractions I mathed it out on. I think it goes 3 beats every 2 measures, as opposed to 4 beats every 2 measures like the other one. So you can do the math from there. It's a good chart, but it's tough. And yeah, that slowdown is much harder than the originals because there's brackets thrown in and jumps. You have to alternate between brackets and jumps, and I struggle at the very end of that. It is a very good chart. It keeps the spirit of the original charts, but modernizes it. And honestly, sometimes that's all you need. Stuff like this, PMA, Beethoven Virus. EXE is actually very good about that.
I like the cold bracket idea in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it just takes the spirit of the originals and modernizes. And that makes it hard because EXE likes to make hard things. Ah, my bread and butter. My bread and butter right here. I threw it away for no reason.
Unbelievable! You are the best!
Would have been nice to UD that again. Oh well, it's a good story.
Next stage.
He's asking my foot switch. No, fuck foot switching. Literally my most inconsistent technique. No, I will not foot switch unless I absolutely fucking have to. I hate foot switching. I hate it, hate it, hate it. It is a necessary concept. But no, I will not do it unless I 100% have to, like the end of Rock the House. Napalm, it's short enough for me to drill down. Like I said though, that chart's my bread and butter.
Oh, this is gonna be fun anymore.
Huh?
You're not doing it one foot anymore.
Oh
like
god,
you
I
used
don't even want to remember those times. The D&B days. The freaking D&B days.
Make some noise. Cool. Absolutely perfect!
Nice.
Wow! New record!
Been a while since I did that one. Good. Yeah, it's really easy to get grades on the rolling bracket at the beginning because this chart is late. So you have to be very careful.
Next stage.
And even if you get through that, you still have a minute and a half of chart to play. And it's not trivial. It's really fun. It's one of the best 23s. But it's not trivial at all. Yeah. I'll see if TUSA wants a break. Because he did play one more song than me. Oh god. Glare coming off the Fiesta 2 poster. That was kind of blinding. I'll be alright, I just need to not look at it. Okay, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. We'll take a 5-minute break for him. So I'm actually gonna put this on break for just a second. So I'll be right back while I get water, so be back in just a few. Alrighty, y'all. Better turn it back on. Break time's almost over. This will be ready to go in just a second. So I've been feeling pretty good, being pretty consistent in this range today. Like, aside from getting beat up by 1948, I've actually been playing pretty well, so I'm happy. So hopefully we can pass that into some stuff I'll play after TUSA's matches. Like, he's almost got me on a couple, but he's got to really play hard in order to catch me in this range. It's like, you can fluke things. He can fluke some really good scores. It was like, I think at Big Deal 5, when our wrong D22 came up, he got like a 4-grade UG on it or something in the match and won it really easy. Like, he won that one hard. TUSA. But if you were to go up against me on that, that's also something I'm also good at, so you have to make sure I don't play at my average, which is get a full combo with 2 or less. So that's the hard part about playing stuff you're comfortable with and can fluke sometimes, is our other players also good at that same kind of thing, because they are. It's going to be hard to get a leg up, and they'll probably get you on stuff that you're just not good at. Tournament play is such a funny thing, because when finals came up between Matt Miller and Kaze, and after the match was over, Matt directly told all of us, "I never thought I would have to protect Neo Catharsis D27." He just knew that he wanted to get it against Kaze so he could at least have like a decent lead over him, but he would not normally have picked that. Yeah. Now that is surprising. Okay. Well, there's some Konami news, but we'll talk about that another time. Let me check in on TUSA, see if he's ready to go here. We'll see if we get anything else mean today. I want to get like a really mean 23, like Allegro. What other stuff are we going to get here? Go, go, go. There are 2 charts for this. That looks like 24. ending is always hard. Ending is always hard.
Excellent! You did a really great job!
Bad ending, but everything else is fine. It's not a hard 24. If you could just smash out the ending, it's not a hard one. It's just really the ending.
Next stage.
Yeah, even TUSA agrees. It's like it's a little cliche to have bracket spam to end at 200 BPM 24. That's kind of annoying at this point. That is something I kind of agree with you on. It's like it's getting too bracket focused, and there's been less emphasis on other skills that should still be in the upper range, at least in the fast part. Yeah, so we're gonna play to the end of this set, and then we'll call it on matching, and I'll do whatever else I need to do for the day. What else can we get here? Okay, that's fun, but that also just emphasizes the exact thing I was talking about. That being said, it's a very slow song, so it's appropriate. Maybe combo will save me here. Okay, great to save me.
Absolutely perfect!
Just kind of turned the brain off and misread something. Faster than my usual speed for reading, and I usually like to read that one quite a bit slower. So, at least we didn't have any like super major mistakes, so it's okay. It's okay. 3 more songs. He's saying let's finish strong. I think he wants to do 25 plus. It's not a good sign. Like, I'm pretty sure. Okay, he's giving me a choice. I'm not gonna choose. I'm gonna make him choose. I don't give a crap. One of these. One of these, let's see. Oh, that's a good one. Good song, good chart. Very sloppy. Well, that bracket hold drop was embarrassingly bad, but it happens.
Absolutely perfect!
He hadn't learned that
Next stage.
That's what happens when you don't play stuff for 2 years. You gotta make sure you're at least up to date. I can understand also not playing like the oldest things, but you gotta at least play the new stuff. Like new-ish things. Make sure you're still fresh on them. Like, I'll live if I don't play Canon, like, say, Canon X1 D22 in, like, 2 years. I know, I've played that chart long enough to know that's not going to be a problem. Whereas something like if I forget how to play Showdown, that's more of a problem. I think he might be done. He says he needs to cool off, so I think we're done. I think we're done for matching. Let me just confirm with them. And if so, we'll go to Athena Shield and Nade Nade. It's been a fun session. Yeah, he hasn't responded. I think he's probably just like crying in a chair right now from his legs. So I think yeah, he's done. So let's go fix some stuff.
Online matching. Physical experience first to 0. Phoenix.
So, Athena Shield first. Because that's on my mind. So, contest songs. I actually have not played this since my very first play, so it's been like a year then. No problem. Just had to not get tricked by this one part right here. Because that's what happened on my first play.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record! Next stage.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't lose all of them. He tied me on the very first song. Whatever we played first, the Barber's Madness S16. But everything else, I think, was a win on my end. I told him, it's like, hey, you held your own, but you gotta make sure you can catch me when I actually screw up. Alright, this one's definitely for Jahez. We're gonna grind this for a bit and see if I can get it. If not today, that's fine, we'll move on. But I want to get this one for Jahez because he's a great friend, and he's given us some fantastic music over the years. Like, out of all of our current regular contributors to Pump for originals, his are honestly some of the most colorful songs, and with a lot of heart. Even the stuff he's not super proud of, I think still has some worth in the game. Because he's not happy with Simon Says, and I can understand where he's coming from, but I still think it has a place in the game. still on SG. I think I at least upgraded the plate. Sure.
Absolutely perfect!
I'll take that for now. We upgraded the plate. That's fine for now. I'll fix that another time. Because the ending of that is pretty nasty. Like when it gets back to the chorus the second time, the brackets and the holes are actually in really nasty spots. And even though it's supposed to be a break, your brain has to really work to not put your feet in the wrong spots. I got a different plate on every, almost. I almost got a different plate on every song.
Game over!
Game of Shield is really good though. Like, that's a really fun job. That's not a very difficult 23 compared to a lot of other stuff, but you do have to put in some work at the end because the last run's pretty nasty. And then you have to not throw it away on the gimmick at the end, which is pretty easy to do. So we're gonna play Nade Ned. I need to at least triple S single. There's no reason I shouldn't at least be triple S'ing that. And double, I should be doing better, but I just don't play it. It's agonizingly hard. Why am I going anywhere? The song's like in this folder. The song is like in this folder. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't need this that fast. 650's fine. Because I would much rather read ahead for those stairs and W runs. Because we're just going to turn everything. We're going to turn everything aside from the slashes. The slash stairs, I think, are fine to cheat. it really keeps you in the heat for 2/3 of it. And honestly, once you hit the 70% mark, you're pretty home free and can actually relax a little bit. But up until then, it's a huge mind game and a stamina game. And I'm not good at keeping good technique that whole way through. But that's something to work on. It's okay. I have to do this for TUSA and Bird. I promised them I'd play this. And, I should be able to triple S this just fine. I'll probably leave double for another day. It's really single I wanted to focus on. It's already been over 2 hours, so I think after this, we'll probably call it a day. There isn't really anything else I wanted to play today. It's mostly just the matches of TUSA and these things. I just wanted to just kind of have an excuse to fix a couple things, and hey, that happens. In fact, quite a bit has gotten fixed this session during matching, so I'm very happy. I've got some good videos to take. That's the really fun thing about matching, is that you can get unexpected improvements because you're in the mindset of, I need to beat my opponent. I need to outscore them. So I'm going to focus everything I have into that. And even when you don't manage to do better in some ways, you still manage to surprise yourself. I was surprised I had a pretty good catastrophe run until the very end when I just tired out. Careful not to go early on runs.
Wow, you're awesome!
Alright.
Wow, new record!
Leap, by the way. Leap. Alright, one more try. One more. The cross jump strat is really good for those corners. And I'm glad I'm going to be able to use that for Vanish as well. It's so much better. Like, don't bother running that. Like, it really is better to just cross jump them and you're going to do fine. Definitely triple possible. Like we've got an idea for the flow of the chart, just like the structure of it. I do like how it is like a progressive thing, a lot like how Brown Fox was. It has the patterns straight and easy at first, and it adds more complexity with each part of it. It's really smart writing. And it also breaks up the monotony of having a billion bracket charts at this BPM. It's nice to have something a little bit different. So I can only get a couple misses, so I'm just going to put Pass M on just in case. I do like this song more now. Like, it has its repetitions, but the feel of it honestly works fine now that I've spent some time with it. It's still my least favorite of the 3 Doans in this game, but it's still a good song. Yeah, we're not gonna take that.
Hey, is
I
this
completely
really your
whiffed that.
best?
Let me, completely whiffed hitting that panel a second time. Too many pads.
Hey, is this really your best?
Technique is getting too sloppy. Too many bads. I'm gonna give this one more try. Like I said, it's just there to wear you down. Wear you down more and more as it gets harder and harder. Mentally get myself in. So one last try. If we don't get it, that's fine. It's already been a very good improvement. So I had like, what, the 975 or something before I started. So. Just goes to show what happens if you just put time into things. All you have to do is just play them. Get my head in gear here, get on the pad. Okay. See if we can make it work. not getting my foot up,
Is
so
this really
I think we'll
your
call it
best?
there. That's fine. That's fine. We've had some good improvements, and I'm okay with that.
Game over.
Just not getting my foot up, so I think we'll leave it there for the day. So, thank y'all for joining me. Let me set up the raid because I know exactly who we're going to raid. We're going to go say hi to all the great folks at Power Up with Pride. Go watch them as they raise money because it's Pride Month. Pride Month is very needed no matter what. I've talked a little bit about this on social media, but as somebody who's a cishet, very straight, Pride is very needed so that people who are in more in the minorities of LGBTQ and plus can have the same protections and such that I do. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I don't know what game they're running right now, but whoever's running right now, go give them some support, go give them some love, and I'll see y'all next stream. Thanks for watching, everyone.